Back on, and I've got another product for you. This is a power station that we're looking at today from Bluetti. Yeah, I've got a power station, a portable power station from them. This one is retailing, I'm going to go straight in with the price, retailing at £369. That's UK pounds, and at the moment there's a sale on. This is the first week of October, and there is a sale on at the moment at £349, but that's a reasonable price for a 600 watt power station. This looks small, it looks like one of the baby ones, you know, like a 300 or 400 watt, but this is actually a 600 watt pure sine wave power station. Very, very portable, very easy to carry, with a foldable handle, so it actually folds completely flat on the top, or you can pop up your handle for carrying it around. Very impressed with the size. It's got a 268 watt hour capacity. It's an inverter basically. It's got an inverter in it with a pure sine wave, 600 watts. It's 1200 watt surge, which means if you plug something in that's got that power draw at the beginning, it won't just kill it, it won't just knock it out. So if you plug something in and the instant power surge is like 1000 watts and then it comes back down, this will handle that sort of power as long as it's 600 watts. I've been using this to run my laptop. Yesterday I had it on using it, charging my laptop while I was doing some editing and some work in the van. Because it's portable, you can sit it on a bench, you can take it camping, you can keep it in your van, you can put it in the boot of your car, and you can actually use it to work on your laptop and keep your things charged and running at top notch. At the moment it's plugged in, you can see it's plugged in, and I've actually got my solar panels on. The sun's out, as you can see, it's baking my face. The sun's out at the moment and I'm getting 122 watts in this sunlight. That's pretty good. It's a Power Oak Bluetti solar panel that I'm using. I think it's a 200 watt, that one, and it's just in front of the van at the moment, and I'm getting 124 watts input, and it's charging it quite nicely. It's up to 48% at the moment, and you can see on the screen, and the screen on these, I will tell you this, the screen on these are fantastic. There's so much information on there, and it's so nice and pretty compared to some of them are very simple and plain. But this is a very pretty blue and white display, and it looks really, really nice. 430 watt max fast dual charger. It's a LiFePO4 battery with a 2500 plus life cycle at 80%. Now, again, I'm going to understand that as you can run it down 80% for over 2,500 times. If I'm wrong, please put me right. If it's the opposite way around, it doesn't make any sense, but I think you can run this down to 80%, so charge it down to left, so you've got 20% left in it, and you can do that 2,500 times. So that is going to outlive most of its lifetime. I'm sure it is. You can charge it through the solar panel like I'm doing now. It comes with this lead which is plugged in to the red and the black charging points, so you can dual charge it. I can actually unplug the solar panel on my roof and plug this into the solar panel on my roof. I've got a spare solar panel at home that I keep in the garden. I can plug it into there. So basically you use this universal charger to connect any, I think it's a PL4, I'll put it on the screen just to make sure, connector, and then you can connect it into here and it draws in the power through there, and it'll charge through there. Also, you've got a 12 volt socket that comes with it. Again, you get the 12 volt plug socket. This is one of those sockets. This is really, really nice. I like this. It doesn't come with a power pack like a lot of them do, and you plug it in, you have this big power pack you have to carry around and lug around. This is a basic 3-pin plug. This is the sort of plug you get on the bottom of your kettle. So I'm pretty sure, I mean, in fact, I'll state myself on it, that you could plug any 3-pin kettle socket or computer socket into that plug there. It's an input 220 to 240 VAC stroke 4A max. 4 amp max, so it doesn't have an external power pack. You just plug it straight in and charge it. I think that's brilliant, space saving again, and it means if you forget your lead, you can go and rob one off your friend's kettle and you can use it, or the back of the computer or something like that. So it's very good. It's also got a circuit breaker in here. I haven't seen this before, which is probably why you haven't got that external power pack. You've actually got a circuit breaker in there. It's a circuit protector, 250 VA C 10 amp. So the circuit breaker means if you plug something in and it's overpowered, it's going to trip it out and you can reset it and start it again. Absolutely brilliant. You can charge this with AC and solar at the same time. So you can put a plug socket into there, You can put your solar panel into there. You can also charge it off of a generator. You can charge it off of your cigarette lighter. You can plug it into the cigarette lighter. You have to buy an adapter for that. It doesn't actually come with a cigarette lighter charger, but you can plug it in and drive it as you drive along. So there's lots of different ways you can charge this up. Really, really good, really, really easy. And like I say, it's so compact. Standard wall socket on the side, your 240, 220 volt, 3-pin plug socket, UK style. I would like to see these sockets on all these manufacturers that make these up the top, okay? Up the top or on the front so that they're not down the bottom. When you put them on the bottom, you have to bend the cable, okay? That's my only drawback with this. Or I've got two slight niggles, but this is a niggle. I'd like to see that higher up so that you don't have to bend your flex at the bottom, because a lot of these plugs now got these big chunky bottoms on them and they don't like to bend, so it means you're bending this, and I'd prefer this to see at the top. So please start making them at the top. That's all companies that make these solar panels, not just this company. You've got outputs, you've got lots of different outputs. You've got USB-C, 100 watt, so it's a very, very powerful USB output. Which means it will charge your phone very, very fast. I do like these USB sockets, especially the 100 watt one. That's a very powerful socket. You've got two USB-A. These are 5 volt DCs, 3 amp. You've got two of them standard USB sockets. You've also got these 12 volt DC 10 amp plugs. They're round plugs, and I have never, ever seen anything that comes with these sockets. Please, please, please tell me what you have, what you own that has these sockets on it, or can I buy the cables to adapt something? Because I've got charging points on this, I've got charging points on my other solar panel stations, or my other power stations, and I have no idea what they do. Well, I don't know what they're for. And you've got your standard cigarette lighter socket in there, which is great because you can put another adapter in there and get two more USBs or USB-C, so you can use that for a power source out. So you've got plenty of power sources out to charge things. Also with this, on the top of this, you have a 15 watt wireless charger, which basically means I can take my phone, because it's a wireless charging phone, and I can plonk it on the top. Okay, it's very simple. I literally just put it on the top. I do have to make sure that my power button, which is a double press on the power socket, and it switches on the DC down here. And once the DC is switched on, I know that I can plonk that on the top and it will just charge the phone, which is really, really good. They come with a switchable, so you can switch your DC on and off. You can switch your AC on and off, so they're both independent. You don't have to have them both on at the same time. It also comes with a torch. Now again, this is one of my little niggles and my gripes. If I've got a torch on my power station, am I going to really carry this power station around with me to use it as a torch? It's very, very unlikely. It's there for an emergency, basically. Now what I would like to see, instead of having a torch, is having a glow. Okay, so whether you have a light all the way around it that glows, you know, like a lamp, just a thin strip would do, around the bottom or around the top, just something you switch on and it glows, so it lights up the area you're in, or on the back of it maybe, or on the side, just like a very diffuse soft light. But basically you switch it on, you've got one power setting, two power settings, and then you go on to an emergency SOS beacon. That is brilliant. Okay, I absolutely love that, because if I'm in a situation that I've broken down, or I've had an accident, I can literally sit this outside, sit it on the roof of the van, and I can just leave it flashing, and that is a good way of attracting some help if you really need it. So emergency beacons on any torch, any power station, any light that you own is brilliant. Okay, so I do like that feature, but again, I'd like it as a glow. And what about having an option that you can have a red glow on it, so you can use it as a full emergency system? And I'm just being careful because it's very, very windy and I'm expecting my camera to blow over in a minute. So I'm going to put my foot next to it and try and help it. This has a smart Bluetooth. This is another thing that I really do like about this power station. And I am waffling on, I'm ever so sorry that I'm waffling on so much, but I do want to get it all in. Basically, you open up the Bluetti app, or the Bluetti app, and you connect your power station. So connect, click on the number of my serial number to my station that's there, and it brings up the power station. So basically now in front of me, if I put on this live view, I'm just going to turn it on for you so you can see what I'm doing. I've got the power station now registering on the screen, as you can see in front of me. It's drawing in at the moment 105 watts, and if I turn the screen on there, I can see it's got 100. It's gone down to 103. It now says 103, and it's drawing the power. Now if I want to switch the DC on, I can then switch the DC on, And now you see the DC is now flashing on the left hand side. The blue side, it is now telling me that I've got no draw, it's 0. But if I was to take my phone and put my phone up on the top of it, so I'm charging and talking to you at the same time, it should start to draw. Now my phone's come up, and there you go, you can see it's starting to draw. It's got 3 watts, it's drawing, and I'm now taking a 3 watt DC draw straight out of that power bank. And again, you can do the same thing, and if I lift this off, you'll see it's gone to 7 to 8 watts. So it's now drawing power straight from the top of the solar panel, from the power station. So if I lift this off, you should see that it then drops back down to 0, 3 watts, and it should go down to 0. There you go, 0. So it's drawing no power whatsoever at the moment. So that's basically how it works. It sort of tells you can switch that off again, you can turn that power off, and then you can also turn the AC power on. So if you've got a laptop plugged in, you can have your laptop plugged in, and you can turn this power on and power off, just so you can save the energy and you don't need to have it on all the time, which I think is really, really good without having to get off your bum and actually get to it. Now you can actually turn the power on and off as well. It is possible to actually switch the power completely off, disconnect the blah, 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 blah. So you can actually turn the power off altogether. Now I've got a plug socket in my van up on the wall there that I can plug an extension lead into the front of this. I can then have my laptop plugged into the socket on my wall, and I don't have to actually have any contact with this whatsoever. I can leave it in the cupboard and it can be locked away, and I can run power straight from it. Now having this Bluetooth facility that I can turn this on and off, I can have it in the boot of my van or in the boot of the car. Having the facility to turn this on and off with an app without actually having to open the cupboard door, climb in the cupboard and switch it on and off is brilliant, because it means I can now have an inverter in my van without actually having a built-in inverter. Does that make sense to you? It does to me. So I think that's a really, really fantastic idea. And the only time I need to get to it then is to charge it. And again, I can have this charging port lead hanging out the back, and all I've got to do is just plug in a solar panel. Really, really good. I really do like that. So let's just stop that app. Oh, it does other things as well. Let's do some other things. We can go into settings, and you can also see on here I can switch the light on and off. So if I go onto the SOS beacon, it will automatically switch that light on and off, and I hope you can see it. You can see it flashing on the lens. So I can switch that on and off. I can turn it onto medium light. There you go, medium light, and I can also turn that off. So again, you've got other power things. You've got power lifting. I don't know what power lifting is. Suitable for power 1200 watt heating devices. The power rated output remains 600 watts. Do not power refrigerators. Okay, so blah blah blah. There's lots of notes, so you would have to read any manual and see what these actually things mean. It's got an eco mode as well, and it's in eco at the moment. I don't actually know what the eco mode does. Again, I haven't read it. I'm not very good at reading. I'm a very dyslexic person, so I don't do a lot of reading. But you can see the app works very, very well, and I'm really, really impressed with it. It's a width of 7 inches. A length of 7.2 inches. Now, I work with measurements, okay? This could be 7 inches, all right? But this is definitely not 7 inches, all right? So whoever has done this has not done this picture correctly. Okay? I'll have to get a tape measure on this when I get home, and I'll put the actual dims up on the screen for you, because that can't be the same width as that. It's just, let me just show you. Okay, it can't be. That's square. And if that's 7 inches, there's no way that's 7 inches. All right, so yeah, whoever done this on your website, scrap it. It weighs 4.6 kilograms, which is 10.14 pounds. You've got a 24-month warranty. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Optional extras you can buy is the PV solar panels. Again, I've got the solar panel out at the moment, and it's brilliant. It draws so much power, it folds up really, really small. I think that's a 200 watt. And again, we are getting at least 85 watts at the moment with the sun coming and going with those clouds. So I've been talking now for 17 minutes. I'm sure I'm going to chop the video down a little bit smaller for you. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Give us that thumbs up. If I talk about something I don't understand, like this 268 watt hours, I'm assuming it's a 600 watt machine. That's what it will power, and it will do that for 268 hours at 1000 watts. Is that correct? Let me know. Ciao for now. See you soon. And very small, very compact, very neat, great little features on it. Ciao.